Year review.
So, I want to do a year in review for 2020. I know, right? It's going to be all the highlights of all the bad stuff, right? Well, I'm going to touch on that, but I'm also going to tell you about my year in 2020. My year in review. Let's get started. So the first thing that I want to get out of the way, yes, we had the big C. Both big C's, actually, in my case. If you're coming in late to the party, which, you know, if you're new here, welcome. And I hope you stay a while. But if you're new here, back in, I think, February, March of this year, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. No biggie, she's doing all right. She's actually just about ready to come off of immunotherapy next month, and then they're going to see how that goes. She's also kind of worried about everything because with the other big C, you know, the worldwide issue, I don't want to say the actual words because on the off chance that I ever do get monetized, I want to actually be able to make some sense. I mean, I never make sense anyway, but come on. At least I can make some money sense, even if I don't make common sense. But, with the big C that is all over the world, she was kind of worried about being on immunotherapy. It kind of just makes her antsy, and I understand that. But she has done very well over the past 10 months, 9 months, something like that. I don't know when she started chemotherapy, but she's been darn good no matter what. She had a bit of a hiccup first week because she had an allergic reaction to the first chemo med, so they went ahead and just went on with the second one. And she did have some issues later on down the line with the second chemo med right at the end. And that was kind of worrying, but overall she's done very well. She's still her unflappable self, always full of vim and vigor, always so upbeat, even in the face of overwhelming doom like we've had this year. I mean, good Lord. The amount of overwhelming doom that we've had this year is just ridiculous. But, so, that started out the year pretty rough. And then it just got a bit worse. I mean, we had the big C hit and everything shut down. We didn't know where we were going to go for a lot of stuff. But then God provided. God provided because God is good all the time. God gave Mom the strength to fight the cancer. God gave us the ability to find resources to be able to stay afloat. Whether it was finding a food pantry locally that would deliver food, or figuring out that my doctor actually has a delivery service for my prescriptions, so I don't have to worry about going to Walmart every time I need refills and hoping that I don't catch any kind of illnesses thanks to people not doing what they should be doing, which, includes covering the nose and mouth, that kind of thing, safety. I mean, I still see people doing that. But another big development that really blessed me this year was just making new friends. There was this guy that I did a stream with back earlier in this year. Not Boogie. Drac was his name. It was pretty good. He does a Geek News and Reviews podcast or something or other. I'll link his channel. I'll make sure to link his channel in the description. Go check it out. He's pretty awesome. But we talked on many different geeky and nerdy topics, and I loved it. I joined his Discord. We talk quite a bit. We've even got an open dialogue about politics. Oh, good Lord. He and I disagree, but you know what? I am so glad that I can actually have a civil conversation with someone on the other side of the fence. Because, I mean, there aren't very many people that disagree with you that will actually talk with you about things in this day and age. Speaking of politics and stuff, yes, we had the election. And yes, it was a cluster mess. It was just all over the place. It was almost like everybody and their brother wanted to say, no, I'm right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. No, everyone's right. No, no one's right. It's like, seriously, let's stop with the bickering and the fighting and just get back to business. Run the country like it's supposed to be and help people to get out of the mess that they're in thanks to the big C. I mean, seriously, this year's just been awful. I've seen people lose it thanks to just stupid things like, oh no, we're going to run out of toilet paper. So then, like 2 hours later, every single shelf is empty of toilet paper. It's like, really? Why? How's toilet paper going to save your butt? I mean, yes, depending on what ply you get, it can be a difference in comfort, but still, really? The other thing is, this year, I had a friend who lost his mother and father within a year of each other, and, you know, this year was hard for him. It was hard for me too. I knew both of them, and they were very close to me as well. Not as close as their actual family, but, you know, they treated me like an honorary grandson almost. It was weird, but at the same time, it was glorious, almost as if God put them there in my life for a reason, which he probably did. But losing both of them hit him hard, but he's so strong still. Strong in his faith and strong in his resolve to continue on even with the pain. He has days, he has moments, but it's not all the time. And I think that's the greatest thing about this year is we've seen people that have gone through some stuff and have come out stronger than ever, because despite everything that's going on, despite everything that they've been hit with, despite all of the ups and downs and turmoil, we've seen some good come of this year. And now, don't try and get me on this and say, oh, well, he's saying that the big C is the greatest thing to ever happen. No. I'm saying some good came out of some good came out of this, okay? We learned that we could get along without necessarily having in-person events all the time. I mean, heck, this will probably start a trend of virtual experiences for a lot of in-person events going forward. Like VidCon, they had a virtual convention this year. I actually got to see it. I actually got to attend. For the first time in ever, I was able to attend VidCon. Granted, it was virtual, but it was still awesome. Awesome. I got to attend a VR convention for Hive, which is a platform that I started on this year. There were so many good things that came out of the necessity of having to limit in-person gatherings and in-person events. My church is finally getting into the 21st century, and it's beautiful and wonderful and just awesome. I mean, we've got a high-end camera now. We've got awesome tech. We got a brand new video editing and streaming PC that if we ever get fast enough internet, we can even live stream our services from the church. That is, if we ever get back to in-person services. We just had to cancel them because of things getting worse where we're at. We're a small county, but we're still getting worse too. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. But yeah, this whole year has just been a roller coaster, but there have been highs and lows. It's not just been one big valley. There have been peaks and valleys all throughout. I was able to see the rise of Bitcoin over 20,000, which is awesome for the future of cryptocurrency, which might be the next big the next big thing since the stock market. Because who knows? Maybe people will start seeing the value of investing in something that's not so tied up with individual companies and instead is tied into a more decentralized and therefore equal economy and system like cryptocurrency is. I mean, heck, I've seen several coins go from cents per coin to hundreds of dollars. It's madness, but it's also wonderful. It's amazing, and I love it. I do. I think that this is the year that we could finally see things start to happen. I really do. And granted, this also might be the year that everything crashes. Or next year might be. But until that day comes, we can still have hope that tomorrow will be brighter, that next week will be more promising, and that next year might actually give us more blessings than we could ever actually count. Because 2020 wasn't the worst. It was just a hard one. And we can get through this together. I know a lot of you have probably lost family and friends, and I will not discount that. That is a loss that no one in their right mind would say is easy to go through. Not at all. I would say that losing my friend's father was probably the worst thing to happen this year for me. The worst thing last year was losing my friend's mom. Both of them were wonderful people, and both of them were amazingly intelligent. Both of them, in their own ways. I think that if they'd had more time, they could have taught me quite a few things that I never thought of. But when it's your time, you have to go. Don't mourn forever because it's over. Mourn for a time and then turn around and be glad that it occurred. Be glad that you knew them. Be happy because you were able to have them in your lives, because now, more than ever, is a time where we are seeing the finite existence that we have. People in their 30s, people in their 20s, people my age are no longer with us. Life is fleeting and is over in an instant. And we shall never know truly why until we see the other side. But until then, we can at least be able to see that beyond anything else, we are blessed to be here and to be able to make the connections we do. Until next time, guys, I want to thank you for having the connection you have with me. Whether you're a first-time viewer or a long-time subscriber, thank you for being here, and thank you so much for inspiring me to do what I can to inspire you. As always, I wish you the very best, and I want to thank you for being here this Christmas season. Until next time, bye.